Welcome to another pickups video where I show you all the games I picked up over the previous month, more specifically March 2017. So like everyone else, I got a Nintendo Switch and I picked up two games, Zelda: The Breath of the Wild and Super Bomberman R. Now I have to admit I'm not a big Zelda fan. I pretty much only picked this up because Big W was doing this deal where you paid $50 with a Switch, you got a copy of Breath of the Wild. Now I do admire this game, like, I think it's fantastic, like the openness and the beauty of this game, like little touches like the swaying grass combined with the music. It's a very beautiful game. But Zelda's a kind of game you really need like 10 hours of free time to really sink your teeth into. And unfortunately, I just haven't had that amount of free time. When the holidays come around, I will definitely sit down and play this game. But like I said, I'm not a big Zelda fan, I'm not very enthusiastic. I've spent more time playing other games on the Switch like Blaster Master Zero, Shovel Knight, and Fast RMX. You know, those games that you can play in those chunks. But in the case of Zelda, it's not that kind of game. I've played probably a lot more Bomberman, Super Bomberman R, and I'm slightly torn on this game. I'm a little bit disappointed in this game, but I did enjoy it for what it was. I just wanted more out of this game. Like, it's just the input lag and the lag in the online. Now, apparently this has all been fixed in the patch recently, so I should check it out. But it just feels cheap and just thrown together, and it's just kind of disappointing because this is a game I was generally excited for because this is a game designed specifically for the Switch. It's, you know, Konami coming back, you know, bringing out games instead of cashing on pachinko machines. And I was kind of disappointed with it, like I said, but it does have really awesome cover art. But I'll definitely give this game another go, but it's a pretty cool game because it supports 8 players locally and even has 2-player co-op for the story mode, which is pretty cool. So it's a multiplayer-centric game, and I think that's going to be the Switch's biggest party trick is all the multiplayer support. So I definitely want to play these games a little bit more. I want to give these games another go, so I'll definitely do that in the future. Then I got a homebrew Dreamcast game, Stormwind. Now this originally came out back in 2013 and was published by Red Spot Games, who just disappeared off the face of the earth. They just took your money and didn't fulfill the order. In fact, their website expired last year and apparently a blogger now owns the domain, which is very funny. So people like me have had trouble trying to get a copy of this game. So fortunately, Duranic, the developer, teamed up with PlayAsia and other distributors to make new copies of this. It says copyright 2016 on the back. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept, the Dreamcast, assuming you have a compatible model, make sure you check compatibility because some games can't do this. But some games can read unsigned code and allows you to play these homebrew games, which is pretty cool. And this is probably the most ambitious one to date because it has 16 levels. It actually has cutscenes, CG cutscenes, and voice acting. It feels like a game that could have been made by a big publisher when the Dreamcast was still relevant, and it's really, really cool. So if you love the Dreamcast, definitely check this out, like, it's a really fun game. I actually should mention it's a 2D spaceship shooter, and look at the artwork. It's just, look at those graphics, isn't that amazing? Like, that's incredible for a one-person team. If you're watching this, Duranic, you're probably not. Well done, man, you made something pretty cool. Time for some PS4 games. We have Yakuza 0. Now, I'm a massive Yakuza fan. I own all the games, at least the ones released in English. I'll put up a picture of all the copies I have. I do have Yakuza 5, but it was digital only, so I can't actually show it. But this is a new one, Yakuza 0, which is basically a prequel. And for whatever reason, this game's done incredibly well. Like, the Yakuza games usually don't sell very well in the West, but for whatever reason, this game's really taken off. I guess because it came out at the right time, and I guess a lot of YouTubers are talking about it. But Yakuza 0 is a great starting point for the franchise because the biggest problem with Yakuza is that the games sort of continue from the other, like the story connects, so it's kind of confusing for newcomers. But since this game's a prequel, it takes place before all the games, it's a great starting point. And Yakuza, if you've never played it, it's basically it's a crime game, but it's not like GTA where you basically break the law and stuff all the time. You basically fight, you know, other Yakuza, but it's a game with heart. Like, you go around helping people, and it's got very in-depth stories, some amazing cutscenes, and the game's also incredibly quirky. You can do so many weird things in this world. It's a very open-ended game. Highly recommend this game. Very enjoyable. Oh, I should also note this game has no English dub. It's Japanese dub with English subtitles. So some people are a little bit turned off by that. So I should just note that. Then we got another game I was excited for, Nier Automata. Now I have to admit, I've never played Nier or Drakengard, but since this game was made by Platinum Games, I had to pick it up. Now, if you don't know me personally, Platinum Games is my favorite developer, hands down. I always have to buy their games when they come out. And it definitely has that Platinum touch. Like, it's just really quirky, it's fun, it's just really, and it's very challenging as well. And I just love how eccentric and weird this game is. Like when you get game over the first time around, that's an ending. Like all the credits just scroll down fast, and there's a lot of joke endings, and the perspective keeps changing, and it's just a mixture of all these genres. It's such a weird game, and I really love this game. This is definitely one of my favorite games of 2017, a very strong Game of the Year contender. In fact, Japan has been on fire as of late. I mean, Neo, Gravity Rush 2, Nier Automata, Yakuza 0, and the new Zelda. Japan is on fire when it comes to HD home console games, so that's pretty cool. Like, it's really cool to see Japan kicking ass again like the good old days. And finally, something probably a bit weird, I got 6 Nokia N-Gage games for $12. Now, the Nokia N-Gage, most of the games are just dirt cheap. They are worthless. With the exception of some of the final games that were released in the last year, like Shadow Key, Civilization, and Sega Rally, which was only released in Australia, can fetch like hundreds of dollars on eBay. But a lot of the early games are dirt cheap. In fact, some of these games are brand new sealed because they are worthless. And I'm thinking about getting a complete N-Gage collection. I'm actually halfway there. In fact, some of these are duplicates or games I've already got, so I'll probably give them to a friend. That's you, Brady, who has an N-Gage as well, so I'm not the only crazy person. In fact, Brady actually went to JB Hi-Fi and showed them the N-Gage. Can I get an M&C card for it? And they just gave him like weird looks and saying, you know, 2G is shut down, right? Sorry, Brady, I had to tell people the story. It was really awesome. So the games I got was Super Monkey Ball, still sealed. Super Monkey Ball, still sealed. Virtua Tennis 4, still sealed. Unfortunately, the cover's faded. Pandemadium, I already had this game. Puyo Pop. In fact, there's actually 2 copies. There's 2 cartridges of this, so yeah. Puzzle Bobble, still sealed. And Marcel Desler Pro Soccer. Yeah, I'm not a soccer fan, so I don't know who this player is, but I assume he's famous. So yeah, that's 6 Nokia N-Gage games I got for $12. And like I said, most of these are sealed, so if you want to get a cheap handheld to collect for, get N-Gage games before they all dry up. So that was my pickups for March 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time.